The Escape Pod Cast with Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Ware.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into this 18th episode. It's legal now. The 18th episode of the Lego Legacy Heroes, the Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed Escape Pod edition of the Escape Pod. I did it wrong. No, it's the Escape Pod Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed edition. That's what it was.
It's the Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed edition of the Escape Pod Cast.
There we go. And as always, I am joined by the biggest A-ful that I know. I knew it. I'm surrounded by A-fuls. Llama, how are you?
You are surrounded by A-fuls. I am excellent, Paul. How's your week been?
It's been interesting. You know, we covered the other game, Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. We noticed that there was a lot of talk about a specific account, so I did some investigation because I wanted to understand what was going on, and we fact-checked a lot of rumors that were going around in what's been heralded as a very good expose. So I'm proud of that, and we would do the same for any fellow player, any game that we play, if we have the time. So thank you to all those that supported that, and hopefully you're tuning in now for the Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed Edition. We're very, very excited. We're glad that you're here, and I mean, it's been kind of a fun, but I want to throw my phone, Llama.
Why?
Because I can't get past the last note of the Rey Unboxed event.
Really?
Oh, no. I'm always so close. But as soon as they bring in Willa, I'm like, I hate you.
Yeah. What are you using?
I'm using Rey, Peter, Reed, Hiker, and Locust. And Hiker and Reed and Locust are 7-star, by the way. I got Locust 7-star.
7-star. 7-star, very exciting. By the way, I got Reed to 7-star.
Nice.
I would try doing a spooky combo. I would throw your spooky girl in there. How's your Magisto?
They aren't there yet. They're certainly not there yet, but let me find Rey here. I'm doing this on the fly. Oh my gosh, that's a large image. I'm doing this on the fly. Let's bring it down. Let's focus on Rey though, because Rey.
He looks so concerned.
I know. He's over there on the right hand side, but he's also now on the bottom of the screen in front of Peter. Rey was released on Friday, last Friday. A week from when this goes live on YouTube. And
I did put up clips if you want to play them.
I forgot to grab those clips. Son of a puppy. We'll do better next time. Especially because the big the Brickpace event
is coming. Yeah. So let's one step at a time. I know you're excited.
I am.
Where is your Rey? Where's your Rey? How is he?
He's 5-star.
Mm-hmm.
He's 5-star as he darn well should be. He's at gear 5 with all except for the I can't farm the final nodes of Pip and Glyph yet. So I don't have those ones that need gear pieces for that, but I've got 4 of the 6 for Rey on gear 5.
Speaking of gear, I'm going to take a second. You know what neither of us said last week in our top 3 quality of lives, but is one thing that absolutely should be brought to this game? Gear donation.
Oh my gosh, gear donation would be amazing.
Yes.
Because I'd love, but as you know, in gear donation, you can't donate certain things. They probably would have those backpacks that I'm missing, and the fancy skateboards and the fancy shields and their fancy Nintendo and Pac-Man video games and.
Yes, but gear donation added to the list. Game Loft, 100%.
Yeah, they'd have to figure out a way to do it properly, though, so it doesn't turn into I'm going to use this account to farm this and just feed it to other players.
Right.
They don't. I think in this case they don't have enough gear pieces, and gear drops are dramatically lower in this game than they are the other game. So, honestly, I think in that case that it might be a bad idea if they were to do something like that.
Maybe.
Maybe. But what about your Ray? Where is your Ray currently sitting?
My Ray is currently sitting just above 5 stars. And he'll, get even closer to 6 stars as I complete the newest timed mission, which is energy, and you get Ray stance tiles.
Yep. I used my gems to refresh that. Let's also talk really quick about the fact that we're getting Peter tiles in the monthly.
All month we're getting Peter tiles. So it's interesting, like, kind of how they're finding new ways to give you an opportunity to get these characters, because they know that having to farm 5 characters in a set to 5 stars in a month is difficult. So I think that they are putting in an honest effort to give us the characters in every opportunity that they can.
And they're putting them in the thing. I'm glad they didn't put it in the arena fights.
Yes.
I'm very glad that they didn't put those in the arena fights.
Yeah, so am I. I agree, because I think that is just too difficult for everybody to be able to complete.
I can win against most teams. I really can. So I'm excited for that. But if I do fight a castle team, my teams crumble. I fight an all pirates team, I struggle. Anything else, any mishmash that goes against my mishmash.
Right. You've got the strongest of the mishmashes.
I am the strongest mishmash. I will own strong mishmash.
Yeah. But yeah, so he's gear 6. All of his abilities are set where they need to be, and now I'm hoarding and saving ability materials for the 2-3 characters that are left that I'm going to need to dump them all on. So
of course you've already got all the gear 6. You're that good. You're that good.
I can pretty much at this point I can take things straight to 4, and then I'll get it to like 4 with maybe 4 pieces, and then I'll have to farm for those extra 2, and then I'll get it to 5, and I'll have 1 or 2, and then I'll have to farm those left, and then I'm there. So it's not too bad. Like I said, I can usually take them straight up to 4. I've got a lot of them sitting at kind of gear 6, because the gear is the easiest thing for me. It's the ability materials and the tiles that are killing me.
So it's the tile. Okay, well, I mean, it seems like they're going to alleviate the tiles for at least Peter and Ray. You know, they're unboxed. Yep. Now I can understand them if they don't do it again. If they don't do it with what's it called? If they don't do it the Brickpace event characters, because, you know, it's very interesting to see where they're going with all of this.
Well, yeah, especially with the announcement we got in game today.
Yep, I'm really quick running over to the brick bungalow to copy over that picture. Let's see. Open original. Yep, I think it opened back there.
It did.
All right, I'm going to save it really quick. All right, so I've got it back there. I saved it. I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to put this up on the screen just in case people didn't get a chance to log in and see what this is. We want to show you guys the image, and once again, we're doing this on the fly.
On the fly, because that's how we roll here.
It says,
in the escape pod.
We hope you're having a blast with the Ghostbusters update. Due to popular demand for the characters, we're extending both parts of the upcoming Ghosts and Garmadon events to run for 2 weeks. I thought it already was. But
yeah, so they
go ahead.
They did say that the Brickpace event was going to run for 2 weeks. I think that they're including the Slimer event in that, which is why I think that they're saying that they phrased it that way. So I think Slimer was still originally supposed to be 1 week. The Brickpace was going to be 2. Now it looks like Slimer is going to be 2 weeks as well.
Well, it's kind of funny because later on after that, they said in that same message, now you'll have some extra time to complete your Ghostbusters team, including Slimer, who is unlockable at level 25. Do we really believe that you'll be able to unlock Slimer at level 25?
No, your teams aren't going to be strong enough. It's a master event. Like, I was level 50 when we first came, and I had no hope of, like, getting anywhere near there.
I
don't think so.
It's concerning the way that they said that.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
are we going to have people that are expecting to, I just...
I think the wording is a little touchy. It probably could have been phrased a little bit better. I probably would have said that the, event is playable, or the event is able to be accessed by people at level 25. Because so the first couple nodes you're going to be able to play, and I think the first node, maybe the second node, will be easily reachable for players who are level 25. But if you can't, you're not going to be able to go past that at all. Is there a level cap on being able to star up minifigures? Like, do you have to reach a certain level to take something to 7 stars?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either. Oh yeah, so Wordy's saying that level 5 gets you to gear 6. You can max your abilities and you can take a character to 5 stars. So I guess technically that is true.
Okay, so to 7-star him, you're probably going to need to get to... you're going to need to get to level 50.
Yeah.
So Wardy, our abstract ward bunny, thank you very much for mentioning that. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, but I kind of welcome this crazy. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm still very excited for the event. I think that it's gonna be super fun, and we'll see, this time next week if I'm ready to throw my phone because my drop rates are terrible, or I can't beat the last node of the Brickpace event, or what's happening here.
All drop rates are terrible, but it's also objectively terrible.
Yeah, but so we'll see how that goes. But I am very excited for the event, which goes live in just under, in under 24 hours from the time of this recording. So either tomorrow morning or earlier today, depending on when you're watching it.
Wardy says he was joking. He thinks it's gear 34 on gear 6, but still, nonetheless.
Yeah.
That very well could be certain gear levels to get them to where they need to be. 5-star with 5-star characters hopefully will be enough, because I absolutely do. That's why all my guys are 5-star.
Yeah.
All my Ghostbusters so far are 5-star because of that.
Yeah, I mean, and Abbo did say that he was able to beat it with 5-star, so it's difficult, but it's doable.
I'm fine with that as long as it's not 5-star Gear 6, all the way. If it could be 5-star with 5+, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, I mean, we're going into the Brickpace. Do you want to recant your stories of the previous Brickpace experiences that you've had?
So, I mean, in most of the Brickpace events, I have not been interested enough in the minifigures to go all in on them. When DigiJ came around, priority of mine. So
Okay,
I did
you
not go
broke
very
up
hard
there.
for DigiJ.
Repeat what you said. When DigiJ came around, what?
When DigiJ came around, Ninjago was not a priority of mine. It still really isn't a priority of mine. Um, so I didn't really go very hard for DigiJ. Same thing with Yeti. I still could not care less if I get Yeti. His Brickpace is going to come around again, and maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't. I have no idea. But I've been focusing in the Brickpace events on ability materials because that, for me, is the biggest crunch. I find that I'm able to keep up with the gold somewhat if I am focused on what characters I'm leveling up and starring up, but the ability materials for me are kind of what kills me. So that's where my focus has been. Lee Tyranny, I don't even want to think about it because it was terrible.
But explain it. What happened?
So it was a 2-tiered event, right? And basically, in order to move on, you had to nearly completely, like, nobody got to farm. I don't think really anybody got to farm Tyranny because you have to completely to 7 stars to be able to move on to the Tyranny portion. And as soon as I realized that, I checked out because you know me, I'm a big fan of pirates. Imperials are part of the pirate faction. So I was like, yeah, this is awesome. So I was ready to, to do the work to get them, and then I saw that and I lost all interest.
Yeah, but now if when Tyranny comes back, you could go all out on Governor Tyranny.
Yep. Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I think my Lee is at 3 or 4 stars. I don't remember, um, but yeah. So I mean, it was a little disheartening, is all, and it kind of it threw up a lot of red flags for a lot of people, especially since a lot of people that play this game play the other game, and we're all scarred from our experiences in that other game, Galactic Legends, and so when we saw that kind of crazy paywall, we were all a little bit nervous. But I mean, when we had our Q&A, they really assured us that the design of this event was going to be completely different, even though it's also tiered. So I have a lot of hope. I'm willing to give them a clean slate.
Yeah, and as am I. Now, you mentioned that. What am I looking for here? You mentioned that you didn't like it, and
No.
people expressed interest in that fashion, and for what it's worth, Gameloft has said, you know what? We heard you, and they've apparently corrected it. So
yeah, and I thought it was funny that in the Q&A, whoever answered the question about, like, so as soon as they said that it was a tiered Brickpace event, everybody was like, what? No, awful, horrible, boo. Like, it was the equivalent of throwing tomatoes at a performer. Yes. Okay. And whoever responded to the first set of complaints was very point blank and honest. And they were like, listen, like, the way that the Tyranny event sucked, you guys hated it, we hated it, it's gonna be different. So I mean, I'm happy and I'm hopeful.
Yeah. I am extremely looking forward to see how this is done tomorrow. Um, you know, I'm sure that your credit card is not, though.
We'll see.
How
We'll see.
much are we going to need to get Winston to? Because it's definitely going to be Winston first, and
Yes,
then
it's going to be
Egon.
Winston, then Egon, and then Ecto 1.
Yeah. How far do we need to get that Ecto 1? How far do we need to get Winston to get to Egon? And then getting Egon to the point where he can start working on the other stuff. It is something that coming from another game and seeing how Tyranny was, we've been burnt.
Yeah.
We're we're that dog that's whimpering in the corner, hoping that that will, that sound of the beer can hitting the floor.
Yeah. So here I've been thinking a lot about it. I've been thinking a lot about how this event's going to be set up, and let me take you through, Paul.
All right,
If I were someone at
speculation with
Gameloft,
Llama.
if I were someone at Gameloft, this is how I would set up an event like this to, knowing that I'm coming off of that Tyranny event that was not a success. It was kind of a dumpster fire. This is how I would set this event up. So in the Tyranny event, you had to fully complete Lee to be able to get to Governor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with this event, yes, there are 3 tiers, but they should unlock together, meaning you play the event, you need to have Winston and Ray to be able to start, or not Winston and Ray, you need to have Ray and
Peter.
What's the other one? Ray and Peter to be able to start the event. And Winston's first node, you need those 2.
Okay, now, I'm worried about that though. Say that you, and I'm going to interject for a moment, say that you saw the marketing blitz that Lego has done, or not that Lego, that Gameloft has done with the Ghostbusters release. What if I missed Peter?
That's true. That's very true. But I mean, that's true. Maybe you don't need both of them. That's an excellent point. Maybe you don't need both of them, because historically you haven't needed characters for Brickpace events.
No, you haven't. Only the second tier.
Right. Okay. So we'll start again. All right. So we go in. You can play Winston's node, and as you unlock Winston's nodes, or even unlock him, that is when you can now progress and start farming on and start focusing on Egon.
Gotcha.
So once you have Winston unlocked, not 7-starred, not anything, once you have him unlocked, that is when you should be able to go into the next tier event and start working on Egon. Same thing to get into Ecto 1. Once you have Egon unlocked at 2 stars, you should then be able to go into that 3rd tier and start working on your Ecto 1. It should not be you need to go from start to finish before you can move on. They should progress as you unlock and star up your characters.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. If I were a game developer.
Oh, we love the musical. We love the musical references. What else do we have on our plate for this for the first segment here today? Let's see.
We had.
Yeah, we had the news of the Ray reaction, the extension, and yeah. So I think coming up, we are going to we decided to do a top 3. I haven't seen what your top 3 is.
Yeah.
And you haven't seen what my top 3 is, but we sent it off to a friend to compile into an image, and I'm going to reveal that image. I'm going to load it up as soon as we unveil it, and we're going to talk about our top 3 factions in the game. I'm looking forward to seeing your list.
So am I. I mean, I have a feeling I know what's going to be top of the list, but I'm interested to see the others. I have a vague idea, but still, I mean.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, stick around, because coming up after this, we'll give you that top 3. But first, some quick quick messages from our sponsors right here on the LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed edition of the Escape Pod Cast. Have you been interested in getting items 3D printed but haven't wanted to buy one of those expensive printers? Are you looking for a literally one-of-a-kind tech gift gadget? Evil Genius 3D Printing and Gadgets is your one-stop shop for both of those items. Nerd-owned and Escape Pod approved, put Lenny the Evil Genius to work for you. If you can dream it, he could possibly make it. Contact Lenny at evilgenius3dprinting@gmail.com for more information. That's evilgenius3dprinting@gmail.com. Get something unique in your hands.
Hey there, Padawans. Lego Llama here. I interrupt this regularly scheduled break to give you a quick vocab lesson. First, I must let you know that Paul, the Zed, and the Llama are big AFFLs. That stands for Adult Fan of Lego, by the way. And we, along with Neil, are playing LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed. Not only are they playing it, but Neil and Paul have been releasing a LEGO Legacy version of the Escape Pod cast every week on their YouTube channel. Visit the channel for more information. Neil knew it. He is surrounded by AFFLs. See you on the web.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second segment of the LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed edition of the Escape Podcast. And also something I did not mention in the beginning. What's that over to your left, Llama? What do you have? What do you have sitting there over to your left? Last week, I sent her a box. Now she's wearing it as a hat. Now, it's not a hat. It's a box. You're shaking it. Okay. So she is going to open the box that I lovingly sent to her. And you guys get to see all the fun stuff. If you've been following the show for a while, you guys will also see all the fun stuff that we've talked about the past few weeks. Now, are you ready to see what my factions were, and I'm ready to see what your factions were? You ready?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, let's do it.
1, 2, 3. Space. You did pirates.
Yes, I can't believe we did the same thing. We did the same thing. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's hysterical.
Gee, I wonder what our favorite factions are. But this doesn't count. Let's really quick. Space is obviously my number 1. Number 2 is probably going to go into Ghostbusters, and number 3 I'd have to say collectibles. I kind of like Hot Dog Man. I like Cactus Girl Chicken Suit Guy. I love those. Those make me laugh. If you had to put a different 2 and 3, what are your top 3?
I would have to say my castle team, probably number 2, especially now that I have Basil in it. It's super fun. I love playing with it. It's amazing. And then, I'm going to have to agree and put collectibles as number 3. I haven't super invested into Ninjago. I haven't super invested into many other factions.
So Ghostbusters is not on the list yet.
No, because I haven't had time to play with them all yet. I mean, I'm sure it'll get put on the list once I have them all, but until I have them all, and I really get the satisfaction of being able to go into Arena and just completely cream a Ninjago team, they won't make it on the list.
All right. But what we wanted to talk about, though, what we were told to come up with why for our number one. The person that put this together, they were like, okay, you have to explain 3 reasons why your number one is your number one, and we agreed to bring to the table that. Now we know why.
Yes. Now we know why.
So for me, the number one reason for space is just honestly a love for it. But if that does not count, I would have to say the fact that they like to play with buffs. The fact that it, removes and gives buffs is something that makes space an excellent endeavor. It makes it the final frontier.
Oh, the final frontier.
Yeah, you see what I did there?
I do.
What about you for your number one?
So it's I'm gonna have to switch mine around now because I don't want to again have the same thing as you. But I really think that what I really enjoy especially now since I've started using the Forbidden Island set instead of the Raft Raider set is the way that the pirate faction works together and their synergies and how they play off of each other and how they interact with each other is just fantastic. Like it's like playing with Geonosians in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. When one hits, they all hit. So the way they you
do see that with Ghostbusters too now.
You do. Yep, that's very true. Yep. So it's I enjoy the assists. I enjoy the counterattack. It's the way they kind of interact with each other and feed off of each other is fantastic.
Wardy says to badly go where no brickhead has gone before. I see what you did there, sir. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I appreciate your tone. Also, I'm going to throw this out there. Ward's top 3 is castle, then space, then pirate. So Ward likes my space a little bit better than your pirate, it seems like.
It seems so.
For me, and I'm going to kind of play into the sets. The Galaxy Explorer, especially for classic space, which is, as I've mentioned in the past, my very, very favorite faction. When it comes to the classic space, the Galaxy Explorer set, the one unlocked through the mashup, is the most synergistic for that. I look forward to seeing more Blacktron. I look forward to, I guess the anticipation of classic space would be my number 2. More classic space. And we also give a hello to Vintage X, a very, very awesome member of this community. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
Welcome. Thanks for hanging. So I would have to say that my number 2 for why I love pirates so much is really the way that they can control a match using debuffs. So, I mean, they really can paralyze a team with the amount of debuffs that they put on them, whether it be the ability block or any kind of those other things. So it allows you to really... It gives you an advantage because you can face teams that are stronger than you and be able to win and succeed because you can control them and debilitate them as much as you can.
Yeah. For me, once again, it's more of an anticipatory thing for number 3, but we know that it is that it's coming. But that's going to be the space raid. We've been told that the next update will include raids and will be focused on space. They've asked, what are we going to add? What are they going to add into the game, or what are they going to rework? And they've put Kelvin on the list. I voted for Dwayne because I think Dwayne would do well with a little bit more of a boost. I think Locust is good where he's at.
Yes, I agree. Locust is good where he's at.
Locust is good where he's at. Reed is good where he's at. They could make him a little bit less squishy, but I'll take it.
I think that if they kind of adjust some of the other synergies and some of the other characters, they have the ability to kind of bump Reed up to kind of where he needs to be.
Yeah. So, and what's your third one? For Pirates?
Third one, my third one is so I like that they kind of enabled you to make a lot of these pirate characters as plug and play characters. Redbeard, best plug and play character in the game, hands down. Like, you can put him anywhere and he's great.
He's good. I'm going to counterpoint that. He's good, especially if you have another pirate. But if you don't have another pirate in that group, Redbeard's the last to die for me. I don't go after Redbeard right away because I know I'm not going to get counterattacked because I'm not attacking Cook or I'm not attacking Argenta. You know, I see you have a hiker there. Bye-bye hiker. I see you got Yuppie there. Bye-bye Yuppie. And those are not pirates. And I can freely go after them without fear of retribution from Redbeard or Redbeard Tribution.
Redbeard Tribution. I like it. But so the fact that you can kind of pull that team apart and use them in other areas is great. And I mean, that is something that this game in general, just because it is still so new and there aren't, set in stone kind of, factions and rules like there are in the other game. It's cool to be able to, you see a lot of those mishmash kind of different faction teams, which is awesome.
Yeah. So, and there you go. There's the top 3 reasons why space is better than pirates.
Wow, that's rude.
I thought you were going to rebut and say, no, pirates are better than space. You got space in my pirate butter. You got pirate butter in my space. Oh, God, that's going to be the one that Neil's going to clip for the beginning. I know it.
Yep. Last week's was hysterical.
What did I do? All right.
Good job.
So, grab that box, because as promised, I have sent the Llama a box. It went through UPS and not the USPS because the USPS couldn't find her address. So I sent it to via UPS. She got it last week. She has been a good co-host and has not opened it. She's opening it now for the first time. While we do that,
do you guys have any idea how difficult it was for me to wait I literally had to wait an entire week.
I gave you the option to open it. I did. I said, you can open it if you want to. And you're like, nope, I promised to open it on the box. So she's been very good about that. While we do that, here's a question from Wardy. Going by previous experience, ignoring factions can hurt you later, as game developers check what most people do not and do not have, and choose for those events. What are your opinions on Farming City? I'm Farming City because they, to me, I think that they make good explorers and builders instead of explorers. So that's why I'm going after City on that. What about you? What do you think?
I think that it's certainly wise to go for City. I mean, I think that, just for their weekly event alone, it's smart. I mean, I'm sort of on the back burner. Like, I've gotten to the stage now where I'm gearing them all to Gear 6. So I think that it's, you know, they're on the list, right? Of, you know, things that, you know, Game Loft has to work on. I do think that they will end up being next after Space, unless they score another IP. If they score another IP, they're going to bump that up because they're going to want to get it out as soon as possible. But I think that City does have a good chance of being the next IP that they cover, or the next faction they cover after Space.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's open the box. And Vintage, we're going to get to your question next. What's the first thing you saw?
So many things in here.
So the Ghostbusters DVD. She can finally watch the movie anytime she wishes. She does not have to.
Anytime I want.
Yeah, you do not have to rent it from Amazon. Now, what's the next thing that you see? Beetlejuice. Have you seen that before?
I have seen Beetlejuice. This is a great movie.
Okay.
I love this movie. This is an awesome movie.
All right. So there's a few more 80s movies in there to catch her up on her 80s movie knowledge.
Yep.
By the way, Beetlejuice was also in Lego Dimensions, so there is a possibility of getting it.
That would be great.
Yeah. All right, next one.
That would be great. Gremlins. I've not seen this one.
Okay. That is a Christmas movie. No matter what anybody says, Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
Is that like people saying Die Hard is a Christmas movie?
Well, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Goonies is not in there because I know you had already seen Goonies.
I have seen it. So it's funny when I wear, I have a tendency to wear snapbacks a lot. And when I wear them, people call me Squints. So, yes.
All right, next up.
The Never-Ending Story. I've seen this one. So my best friend loves this movie, and she played it for me last time I went up to go see her. And but yeah, so I have seen this one. I am excited to have it though.
Excellent. There's still another one in there that I'm
not seen.
Yes, what have you not seen?
Two.
Yeah.
Breakfast Club.
She has not seen The Breakfast Club, ladies and gentlemen.
Not. But I will after this.
You will. And remember, if you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Last one is another one that I have not seen.
Oh, no.
Caddyshack. I have not seen this one either.
All right. So now she's going to love gophers. She's going to identify with one of the 5 characters of Breakfast Club. She will have watched Gremlins, so she will now know to not feed them after midnight. And now she has copies of some very, very classic 80s movies. But there's more inside that box.
Yes. So we've got some minifigures. Well, let's start with this. We've got brick tape.
Yes. So the brick tape, so you can decorate your windscreen.
Yep, I will be decorating with that. And we'll do these other ones one at a time.
Yep. So do the loose ones first.
Yep. So we've got this one here.
We've got Kenny.
Mm-hmm. And then we've got White Boy.
We've got Lenny.
And then we've got Yellow.
There's Jenny.
I don't know why Jenny's not pink, but that's fine.
Because Jenny is such a girl.
Oh, that explains it. And then we've got a very, very, very special one that is going to actually be going to a very lucky listener. We have a signed Benny, signed by the one and only Paul Anthony of the Escape Pod cast.
I don't think they could necessarily. Okay, so now they could necessarily see the signature, but it's down there below the classic space emblem. But that is a true Benny that I signed for the sculpture that you're putting together that will go to a lucky listener.
Yes. Very exciting. I've got almost all of the pieces I need for the little sculpture. So I can show you the base.
So, but that's not all that was in there.
That's not all that was in there. I'm getting distracted. So there's
a minifigure bag.
Poly bag.
And
there's a poly bag in here.
I am quite positive that I know what's inside that bag. That bag is unopened, yes?
Unopened. It is not opened.
All right.
In any way.
Was me sending this entirely worth it? We're about to find out.
We will find out. I would laugh if this was not what
if
we
it
thought
is
it
not
was.
what I think it is, and if I swear to God, if you're jokingly opening a not bag that I sent you, I will be mad at you.
I do have one of those. I should have done that. That was funny.
You should have done that.
All
was
right,
I correct?
Put it together real quick. We'll put it together.
Was I correct in what I sent you?
Let me.
You are good at playing poker. I don't know if it was or not now. Ladies and gentlemen, does she have what she has always wanted since Series 20 was announced? We're about to find out.
Yeah, it literally was since Series 20 was announced. And it's a llama.
So we both now have our llamas.
My very own llama.
So I sent the llama a Series 20 llama, as figured out through the polybag.
Yeah, I followed your tips that you gave me, and I was in Target on Saturday, and I must have felt up like 10 bags, and I still had no idea what was in any of them.
Well, we'll definitely try to see if I might be able to find you another llama. I'll go back to the Kroger where they had them out.
But yeah, so here is the base for the sign that I'm making.
Excellent.
So we're gonna have a little design on here. It's gonna say TEPC for the Escape Pod Cast, and it's gonna have the signed Benny. I'm gonna put a signed llama in there if I can find another one.
If I have to find it myself and send it to you, I will.
Yeah, and also Paul, show up. What else is gonna go? Hold up. What else is gonna go with this little set here? You've got it with you. The signed Benny and the signed llama.
Oh, you're actually going to be putting that on it. I didn't know you were.
Yes.
I thought you were doing it for yourself. But
no, that's okay. Gonna go on there.
So it's not going to be including my custom. This is. Pardon me for a second. That's the Escape Pod logo right there. I actually have an official minifigure from Lego. And it will not it might include Benny and the llama, we'll see, but it will include the Escape Pod, Star Wars Escape Pod, on the plaque that we're going to be giving away in celebration of hitting 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which we thank you very much. Help keep us there. Drop a subscribe on YouTube if you'd like, please, and or if you're watching this live on Twitch, drop a follow. Those are the free things that you can do to help support the channel and support this show. So, yeah. Oh, and also, it's right there on this side of the screen, right over there. Anyway, I've got the picture of you and I sitting in the pod. So
that's right there.
Now, are you going to be using the Craggle on this?
No, I will not be using the Craggle, so I will wrap it very carefully.
Okay.
I was
going to say,
plate
if you do
itself should be fine.
Well, these fall off very easily. You might consider craggling these. Just saying.
Okay.
All right.
I'll put it together and we'll see. The plate, the plaque itself should be fine. That one will have no sticky outy pieces.
Thank you, John, for subscribing on YouTube.
Thank you. But yeah, so that'll be just a couple of the things that'll be going out to one lucky LLHU edition of the Escape Podcast listener.
Yeah, we'll be holding that contest live during a show. We're gonna let people know. We'll probably give them a 2 weeks in advance.
Yep.
Notice that coming up on this show, we will be giving away the Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed version of that. Hopefully that coincides with the Content Creator Program announcement. We'll see. Will, we love you. Where you at?
How long of a vacation does Lego take?
I hear that they might be back next week. So hopefully next week. Thank you, Cascade, for the 100 bits as well. All right. Anything else for this week, Cascade? Not Cascade. Jeez. Any else for this? I looked and read the word Cascade. Shush. The Llama. Anything else for this week?
No, just a big thank you. Thank you so much to you, Paul, for my wonderful present. Thank you to all of our listeners for allowing us to be able to, do this show every week. It's the highlight of my week every single week. I absolutely love it.
Now you know why I love sitting in front of this, sitting in this room, talking with friends. Everybody here is a good friend.
And when Neil gets my PC finished,
yes,
you will be seeing this face a lot more.
It'll be much better.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Well, be nice to each other. Protect those you love. Wear a mask, please, and be nice to each other. Damn it. We love you guys, and thank you for tuning in for this edition, this Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed edition of the Escape Podcast. With that being said, Llama, push the button.
Peace. Zoop.
All right. Oh, we forgot a question.
Oh, no.
We forgot a question. Neil, edit this in. Vintage X asks if any of us have any of the stuff from Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed in our collection. I've shown this on screen before. I have the Ghostbusters. I have Slimer. And I also have the Ecto-1. So the fact that they put these in the game, I geeked out the moment. I immediately had messaged the Llama saying, "Oh my god.
Yes, it was very, very exciting. I do not have any of the sets in my collection or the figs, unfortunately.
Well, and I also have Hot Dog Guy sitting around here somewhere.
Until they put Pizza Guy in, that is, then I will.
Let's see if I have any more inside the box. I mean, I've got a lot of Lego, or not a lot of Lego. I have a lot of Lego, but I also have a lot of Simpsons stuff in the minifigure collection. I have the barista, but the barista's not actually in the game. I can't find any more that, I think I took them all out and set them aside because they were in the game, but never had a chance to actually go through. So, but I also have...
Most of my sets are in storage. I have a couple, like I've got, I had this behind me last week, but I've got the Iron Man helmet.
This is the box that I keep all my minifigs in, by the way. The Back to the Future box.
We gotta set you up with some sort of a better.
But you've got the Iron Man helmet. You've got some other extra awesome sets.
Yeah. So a lot of them are put away at the moment. There's a closet behind me that's like right here that has like 3 giant Rubbermaid containers plus a couple of other like boxes full of sets. But this one actually is my wife's. This is the Big Bang Theory set. So that one is waiting to go on her desk. Oops. Once we get that in and get that put together.
I've got both
And
Friends and not Seinfeld. What's the other one? I have the Friends set. Oh, and I have the Big Bang Theory set in the living room.
Yep.
I also have the Ship in a Bottle.
That one's so cool. The Ship in a Bottle is awesome. And then I've got, let me stand up. This is my latest architecture set. I'm a big fan of these architecture sets. I think they're so cool.
Is that
But
Big
this
Ben?
is the London skyline.
Nice.
Yep, London skyline. So you've got Tower Bridge, you've got Big Ben, you've got the Eye here, the Capitol building. So much fun. These are, if you've never put together an architecture set, it's so much fun. And then, so it's not technically Lego.
Uh-oh. Vintage X also says if you want, he could give you the price guide he made to link it to the YouTube video if you'd like to share that. I don't mind sharing things. So if you guys are interested in Vintage X's price guide, I will do my best to remember to put it in the link. If you don't see it there, Vintage, message me on Discord. I'll get it into the description. So what do you got?
And this is my Beaver Stadium. This is, if anybody has spoken to me in football season or pays attention to the cup that I drink my water out of, I am a huge Penn State fan. We are Penn State. And this is my little Beaver Stadium.
Sorry, my head itches.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it does. So this is not actually a Lego set. This is like one of those knockoff brands, but the pieces are like teeny tiny, like they're minuscule. So for perspective, this is a 4x2.
My gosh, it's that kind. Oh yeah. Man, those hurt my hands.
It took me 3.5 weeks of maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours a day to put this together because like your fingers kill you after a while.
Yeah, they absolutely do. I had a little dragon version of that and just putting it together. And some of the pieces don't exactly stack on each other the right way the first time. That's the crazy part about it. All right.
I was like, yeah.
All right, well, you go ahead and show that off while we go ahead and close the show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in. We really do appreciate you. We love each and every single one of you, our listeners. We really do care. Please take care of each other. Wear a mask. Protect those that you love. Be nice to each other, damn it. And we'll see you next time right here on the LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed edition of the Escape Pod Cast. With that being said, Llama, push the button.
Peace. Zoop.